So, good morning, all dear students. In our last lectures, we have studied about uh, what is IC, how do we fabricate it, how the different fabrications processes. Uh, so, we have studied all the fabrication step, anvil process, twin-tip process. Okay, so till now we have completed the first and fifth unit of the syllabus. Today we'll be starting with the second unit. That is, this will be your third consecutive unit. Here we'll be studying about the high frequency small signal MOSFET model and sub-threshold operations. Okay, so in our last unit only we have studied that if we consider our MOSFET in general only, then we don't consider about sub-threshold operations. Likewise, when we have talked about the curve VI characteristics of a MOSFET, where in the y-axis we have IDS and on x-axis we were having VDS. So as per varying different VGS, we got different characteristics of linear region, saturation region, okay, and cutoff region. In that, what we have seen is that in a linear region, the current varies linearly. Okay, it does behaves like a resistor. Okay, so it just follows resistance properties, and the current goes on increasing when we increase the drain to source voltage. Okay, now in the saturation we have region, we have studied that since we have not studied about sub threshold devices, we have seen that the current was constant, nearly constant, and it remains constant in the saturation region. So my device behaves like a current source. Okay. So in the sub-threshold operations, what we have studied that whenever your device, whenever we increase the drain to source voltage, there we see some sub-threshold operations. Because of that, the body effect come into play. The threshold voltage, it does varies as per the fabrication because of your substrate voltage. Okay, so we have seen that threshold voltage was also increasing. In that, we have seen an equation of VTH equal to VT0 plus one parameter, which was dependent on the body to source voltage. Okay, so that so shows that whenever threshold voltage is varying due to the body effect, then your device current is varying. Also, you have channel length modulation. So because of channel length modulation, what does it happens that in the drain side, we are applying reverse bias to that diode at the drain side. So whenever we are increasing the drain voltage, what is happening? The drain, due to the negative voltage at drain, what is happening? The reverse bias is increasing, and because of that, your depletion region is also increasing. Since your depletion region is increasing, it is pushing away your channel. Okay, so it is decreasing the channel length. So what will be saying that at the time of fabrication, if the channel length was L, as we increase drain to source voltage, that channel length is not L, it is becoming L effective. L and effective is always less than L. Okay, so we had a current equation in which IDS current was inversely proportional to the channel length. What was the equation? Mu n C of W by L into VGS minus VTS whole square by 2. So here in that equation we have seen that your channel length, it comes in the denominator, and as I'm saying, when we increase the drain to source voltage, that L, that is decreasing. So what is it is doing? If the channel length is decreasing and our current is inversely proportional to the channel length, that means this decrease in channel length will increase your current. So in that we have studied in microwind in the layout also, that when we see the VI characteristics of a MOSFET in the saturation region, the current doesn't remain constant. It is slightly increasing, and this is because of these sub-threshold parameter which have been present, like channel length modulation, body effect, and threshold voltage. Okay, so whenever we talk about any models like high frequency small signal model or low frequency models, then we'll have to consider all these effects, so that our current which we are simulating should be resembling as the current whatever we are getting actually from the device. So today we are starting with the small signal MOSFET model. Okay, and here we'll be considering the sub-threshold operation. So we'll start with that. So this is a small signal model. Okay, here we are considering the sub-threshold parameters also. So could you see the model on the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So if we don't consider the sub-threshold operations, then the parameter that is being GMB-VBS, this parameter will not be present if we don't consider the sub-threshold operations. Okay, so in that the device model will be only having GM, VGS and RO. This the middle parameter GMB, VGS, it will not be present in normal device. Okay, so here today we'll be studying a device in which sub-threshold operations are present, and because of that we do have GMB VGS. Okay, now we'll have to see what is GMB VGS. Okay, so what is VBS? VBS, it is the body to substrate voltage. When we don't tie up your body with the substrate, and both body and substrate they are on different potential, this voltage VBS will come into play, and because of this body to substrate potential difference we will be having a change in threshold voltage. And that threshold voltage, what is the equation? That current is directly proportional to that threshold voltage. So if you have increase in threshold voltage, obviously your current will be increasing, and that parameter will be we will have to increase in the device model. Okay, so for that the contribution of VBS should be kept into mind. That's why this parameter which is showing the contribution of VBS, and it is producing a constant GMB. Okay, so the current of the in the device through this model can be shown that IDS will be equal to whatever current from this parameter, whatever current from this parameter, and whatever current from this parameter. Okay, so one by one we'll be seeing. First parameter is GM into VGS. So whatever VGS was being applied to the device, okay, that will be giving you somewhat threshold voltage, and according to that you will be having a constant GM. So that will produce a current IDS which is equal to GM into VGS. Okay, and at the output of the device what we have, a resistance RO is present, and that resistance will also offer a current. This resistance is basically being present at the drain side and the source side. So according to the resistance being present at the drain and source, you have a resistance RO in the device, and the current flowing through this resistance is called as output current, and that current current contribution is VDS, that is voltage applied with respect to drain and source, and the resistance 1 by R0. So this contribution is from the output resistance. Okay, and these two parameters are basically present in each and every device at the time of fabrication. And the third parameter, this is called as current parameter due to body to source voltage. So whenever body and source they are not tied up and they do have a difference in voltages, we do have a change in threshold voltage, and as per that changing in the threshold voltage and VBS variation, we do have a slight increase in the current. That slight increase in current will be given by GMB, a constant, into VBS. So as per the sub threshold devices, we have a small signal model which is shown by this. Here we are showing a source at one side, drain at another side. Okay, the body or the bulk is shown at the denominator, and the gate at one side. Okay, so here we can see that gate is having a voltage VGS which is being applied by the user. Okay, and along with that, that will be a constant voltage. Okay, after that, as per the change in drain to source voltage, the device will behave differently and will give you a current. Okay, so that current will be given by these three, combination of these three parameter. One of them is drain to source current, which will be given by GMVGS. Along with that, drain to source current when body and source voltage, that is VBS, is present. So this contribution GMB VBS, it is because of change in the voltage of source and body. So this parameter basically comes into play whenever you are connecting a large number of devices in series and parallel. So what do we have? When for the first device you can apply ground to the body, but for the connected devices which are in the series combinations, so at that we are unable to tie the body to the ground, so we do have a source potential at a different voltage, body potential at a different voltage. Okay, so because of that, VBS is always present, and this parameter current will have to consider, that is GMB VBS. And the because of the output resistance R0, we do have a current. So this is the small signal four terminal MOSFET model. Okay, now if we talk about high frequencies, at high frequencies the capacitance comes into play. So at the time of fabrication, we are not intentionally making any capacitors. Okay, then also at the higher frequencies, some capacitance, these are parasitic because we haven't fabricated, but at high frequency these comes into play, and these capacitance parameter makes a major role, and the device behavior is controlled by these presence of capacitance. So we'll be using this small signal model only, but will be including all the capacitance which are being present at a higher frequency in this model only. Okay, so first of all we'll have to see how many capacitance they comes into play at high frequency. So when I talk about the same device, okay, basically we do have four type of capacitance which comes into play at higher frequency. Okay, the first capacitance is CGD, that is the capacitance offered by gate and drain. The capacitance offered by gate and source is shown by CGS. The capacitance offered by source and drain is shown by CSD, and the capacitance offered by source and body is shown by CSP. Now, graphically, if we want to show where these capacitors are being present, we can see in this device. So here we do have a source, here we have substrate or body. So the capacitance which is being present at source and body, that is this your source, diffusion and body. So we do have a capacitance CSB, that is capacitance between source and body. Likewise, your drain, diffusion and body, we do define it by CDV. Okay, now along with that, we do have a capacitance which is offered by gate and drain, also gate and source. So the capacitance which is being offered at drain and gate side, that is this gate terminal and this drain terminal. So this is the capacitance being offered and it is denoted by CGD. Okay, so the capacitance which is offered by gate and source is defined as CGS. Okay, likewise we have a capacitance being offered by gate and body, that is defined by CGB. B stands for body. So when we do work with such devices in which this parasitic capacitance are present, we'll have to incorporate these capacitance when we are using our devices at higher frequency. Okay, so these capacitance comes into play at high frequency and short two terminals of the device with particular capacitance. So the whatever particular capacitance I have shown you, these capacitance which short those particular two terminals. So in saturation region, prominent capacitance are CGS and CGD. So out of these many capacitance, in the saturation region, there are only two prominent capacitance which are being present. That is gate to source. That is gate to source, along with that gate to drain. So only two major capacitance are there, CGS and CGD. This will be using the same small signal model which we have studied today only, and we'll be using these two capacitance. Okay, so this was the model which we have studied. So in that we haven't shorted any of the terminal with the capacitance, but for high frequency we'll have to short gate to source and gate to drain with those gate and will be applying those capacitances. So remember, this model will be seeing the model at high frequency. So this model where no capacitance were there, so this was same as small signal model. What we have done, we have included that two prominent capacitance, that is gate to drain. Earlier you see here gate to drain, there was no connection. Now in this model you do have a short connection between gate and drain, and in this shorting we are applying a capacitance CGD. Along with that, gate to source, it was earlier, it was open, but at high frequency it is behaving like a short with a capacitance being provided as CGS. So at high frequency, these terminals and these terminals are providing a capacitance CGS and CGD. So today we have seen the high frequency model, and this high frequency model is only for saturation region where two prominent capacitors are present, that are CGS and CGD. So we have completed small signal model and high frequency model. So today we have completed about your MOSFET small signal model. Along with that, we have completed MOSFET high frequency model, in which we have considered the capacitance CGS and CGT. Okay, so we'll be continuing our lecture with another capacitance. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.